Get in there, it's going to be brought off the table. We're going to amend by substitution, lay it back on the table, and then we can take it off on December 5.
Yeah, okay.
But I think I'm going to be explaining that.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Call to order the workshop meeting for November 21st, 2023 at 5 p.m. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Lescovian.
She is excused.
Councilmember Vivanto.
He is excused.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Here.
Councilmember Nichols.
Here.
Councilmember at-large Benita.
Here. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, communication from the mayor.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to alert the council that it appears that we may be very, very close to having a contractual agreement with our PBA. At some point, probably within the next 2 weeks, I'd like to have a special meeting, executive session to go over that contract negotiation.
Okay, thank you. Good. Discussion on communication from the public.
So we have the intro to local law is the only thing that we have right now.
Okay.
And we have a public hearing on that in a few minutes.
Okay, summaries of standing committees, boards, and commissions. Councilman Stoyl. The mayor. Okay. Councilwoman Nichols. Nothing here also. Unfinished business. I don't believe we have any at this time.
Okay.
Number 65, intro to local law.
That's it. Okay.
Okay. Pre-filed resolutions.
We have none.
New business, we have 2 walk-ons.
We have 2 walk-ons. The first one Number 68, walk-in resolution number 68, authorizing city to participate in litigation to help counter cost of protecting against water contaminants.
Any discussion?
Number 69 is walk-in resolution 69, 2023, grant of temporary easement for Wells Ice Cream Manufacturing Project.
Any discussion?
Where exactly is that?
Go ahead.
If I could, yes, so Councilmember Nichols, along the Main Street side of the Wells facility, they need to put in, they need to move 2 boiler systems while they do their reconstruction, and also a glycol processing skid, and that'll be along Main Street as well. In talking with Wells, what we're looking at is they will be encroaching a few feet onto the right-of-way, but please understand that the right-of-way is separate and apart from the driving lane. And there was a schematic, and
It's on the back page.
okay, and that if it came out in color, should show. Here it is. So that it should show where those are to be located, and you'll see them here. There won't be anything in the driving lane, and we've got assurances through the permitting process that what we'll have is we're going to have proper insurance, and also as part of the easement, as part of the consideration, there will be a indemnity clause provided as well. But we're working closely with Wells, and I don't foresee any problems, and it will be helpful to them, and it will be a renewable permit. It'll be for a year, because we want to just be sure that, we're keeping track, that, they're getting what they need and the city's getting what we need. And it would be renewable for another year period until construction concludes. Once construction concludes, then the easement would go away as well. It's a temporary easement.
That's a heavily traveled road, and I was just worried about the disruption of traffic going through there while they're doing this.
Yeah, we don't foresee really that being an issue on the Main Street side. Luckily, really, you're going to see all the construction inside. We're not going to see it. And it's really not likely to impact Main Street, but for the occasional need for maybe equipment to be moved in, so on and so forth. Vince, would you add something?
Yeah, other than where they currently are sited is where the construction is going to be happening, and that's why they just need to move these package units onto, as our attorney said, on the right of way, but not in the travel lane, as close to the existing building as possible.
And we do need to work well with them because they are a beneficial company to the city with employment.
Indeed.
Councilman, I could add,
Go ahead.
the area that where they would be where the sidewalk normally would be on the east side. There is no sidewalk on that side. There is no pedestrian traffic on that side, really. And Wells has invested on the west side, and their own nickel to widen the sidewalks. So the pedestrian traffic can safely be on the west side and be well away from this. And the east side, it's not going to be anywhere near the pavement. Between the pavement and the building is where they oftentimes stage some equipment for working on. So it's an area that they occupy for like a day or so with a dumpster and things like that. Anyhow, this would be just memorializing what they're going to do to facilitate years of reconstruction, and it wouldn't be in the way of anything that I can see. And we'll work with them, and we'll run it by the police department as well.
Okay, good.
And they did offer to send representatives, and essentially we told them that we thought that really, given the circumstances, it wouldn't be sufficient, it wouldn't be necessary. And because of the commitment of the city, as you've all expressed throughout this whole process. And Randall, then, thanks so much for your additions.
Okay, good. Okay, let's move over to the paper streets policy, Michael.
Yes, excellent. Thanks so much. I want to thank Erica Munson and Randy and Vince and Glenn Christner and the building zoning folks, and also Kate. As you all know, I mean, you all put a moratorium in place a month or so ago to give us an opportunity to proceed with creating a policy for the sale of paper streets and dealing with paper streets in the city. I put together from the experiences that we've had and the discussions that took place and some of the experiences that the city has had. I put together from all of that and from comments from folks that have been interested, the process that is proposed here. And we haven't drafted the application because we really wanted to see what the council might be thinking at this point, whether this kind of process makes sense. So we would have an application. Individuals would make application through the city clerk's office, and it would have essentially the information that we have asked for in order to be able to begin the process of reviewing the opportunity for individuals to purchase paper streets. And we would be looking at the mapping and easements that we might want to either continue or to ensure that we have, if there is the sale of paper streets. We'd also want to look at the development value. And of course, you know, there would be the assessor's interest as well. And then the law department would essentially be the clearinghouse for the application and getting responses from the assessor, the public works, and also development, and ensuring that there's no interest beyond the sale and protecting the city's interest at that point. We also put in place timeframes because that was something that the assessor recommended, that we have some clear understanding of how this process works time-wise. And so we put those kinds of things to the best that we could into place. It would then be to the mayor to recommend that the property be declared available for abandonment by the city and offer it as is to the applicant, subject to any restrictions, so on, that we've said. Once the mayor makes that recommendation to the council, then it would be subject to the applicant providing a survey that would be prepared and presented by a licensed surveyor. That's going to be a change. I mean, we've struggled with that, but we make that part of the process, at least as part of our proposal to all of you. And then if it adjoins different property owners, we'd have to have the properly signed affidavit wherein anyone who might be giving up their implied easement rights, that would be clear, and it would be in a form that could be submitted to the county clerk as part of the transfer process. And then we would actually have them prepare the quitclaim deed. It's a rather simple deed, but have them, with the help of an attorney, prepare the quitclaim deed. They'd also be responsible for then submitting that to the county and finalizing the process. And then the law department would notify the mayor and council, clerk, assessor, directors, and so on of the final disposal. So that's the thought.
Any other questions?
Erica, would you have anything you'd add, or?
There's a couple pieces that I think we should talk about tweaking. One of the things is the word abuts and adjoins and how properties are laid out. If a backyard neighbor is or is not interested, is the neighbor next door. So I think we might want to clearly define who can buy what as a starter. Obviously, we need to have the neighbors sign off on it, but that way we have a policy, because that's another thing where paper streets run 4 to 10 parcels through backyards. Are we going to let one neighbor buy 10 parcels deep of that paper street? So I think if we have that spelled out, we can alleviate future problems. Another point was as far as coming up with the cost. So it said it would be at the mayor's discretion, whether it's the current mayor, future mayor, or any mayor down the line. I think that is the opposite of showing transparency. I feel like a formula, a percentage of a real number that comes from New York State, whether it be current assessed value or full market value, something like that, we can take a percentage, pick a number, 10% of the market value, or something like that, where it's consistent, regardless of who the mayor is, who the council is, who the assessor is, it's the same formula for years to come. I think that might shut that back door on people saying, oh, they're friends, or oh, he doesn't or she doesn't like me, and alleviate those kinds of problems and situations as well. As far as the deed is concerned, Grace and I have been having some conversation about having this merged into the parent parcel rather than purchasing it as its own lot. If there's a paper street behind my house and I have a neighbor on each side and I purchase my portion of that paper street, I can then sell my home and still own that portion of the paper street. And I think future years, again, it would be beneficial to alleviate that portion as well. In the past, we've done courtesy merges in our office. We no longer offer them. It's not considered buildable. There's a lot of reasons why courtesy merges just don't work anymore. Building and zoning and I have had that conversation as well. So there's a couple things. I appreciate the effort that's gone into it. It sounds like it is the consensus from a lot of the conversations we've had, but I think there's a few tweaks before we're there.
That's great. I mean, the mayor shall recommend a reasonable and fair price is the current language, so whatever you might offer, you know, I think that, you know, that's probably easily managed. I'm not sure how then, with a quitclaim deed, we'd actually get that merger of properties, so.
That's what I don't know. With a quitclaim, you can't do the merge at the same time.
So,
There would have to be a deed.
so if we require that, that's gonna be an additional, I mean, it'll be an additional
Additional
expense.
cost.
But that would be your recommendation.
That would definitely be
And if,
building and zoning. Alan, is that building and zoning agrees?
I haven't talked to, with Glenn, but
Well, as far as garages and things
Yeah.
like that, Alan, so, yeah.
That's basically the policy of Chautauqua County Land Bank when there were properties and that they would
It could
be
just
available to
alleviate
purchase, that
future.
it was, they made them go through the merger process for that, for the reasons you outlined.
okay, so, and if the council would be supportive of that, we could provide for that then. And I would correct that, if you're okay with that.
I am.
That's great. And then relative to recommending a reasonable and fair price, would you propose something then?
I feel like a percentage of one of the real numbers, because my job is all based on math. And unless you're using Common Core, it doesn't seem to lie, right? So I think we could just pick a percentage, and maybe that's a conversation we don't have. We look at what is 50%, what is 10%, what is 1%, what do those numbers truly translate to for the average parcel.
What are some other communities using?
It's different across the board. Paper streets, there's a lot of communities who just don't sell them. We are laid out perfectly as a grid in some spots, looking at development, looking at DPW. There's just some that we do need, or not need to. We could sell off, and it wouldn't hurt the city in any way or the residents.
So if we put something like based upon a percentage of the
You can almost
assessed value as recommended by the assessor, would that be all right?
Markets.
Mark?
Well, you could, just an idea, you could value their existing part, their lot that their structure is on. Whatever you're adding, charge the same percentage. Let's say it's assessed for $1,800, the property that currently exists. Whatever is added, let's say it's going to be another, maybe an eighth of that parcel, figure an eighth of the assessed value, $1,800. then it's standardized. No one can say, oh, that's your friend, or that's your enemy, or you did them a favor, or, oh, why'd you come up with that dollar amount? That's the standard you follow, that's the formula, and there's no question.
I think we can continue that discussion, and I can pull up kind of a few different parcels with a paper street behind, so we can look at the numbers. We can look at total assessed value, we can look at market value, we can look at all of those numbers and kind of identify what's going to fit the best. Market value and assessed value, currently our assessment is 27 years old. So if we were ever to talk about that R-word reval, those numbers should change, which is why I would say we would want to sit down and really think about what we're doing ahead of time.
Gotcha.
Okay, so then, just so I'm understanding, based upon percentage of the assessed value of possibly the merged property is what you're...
The parent parcel.
The parent parcel.
The parent parcel, yeah. So it would be the original property that the home is sitting on. There are neighborhood numbers and things too. So I can get some of that information together and get some examples together and show what different percentages would equal.
That'd be great if we could put that, yeah, if we could just get that language and then that could go in there. And I think that covered your issues other than the, just a further description maybe of adjoining or abutting or
Yes,
what, yeah.
just so we have it laid out with that example of buying the full length of the paper street.
Yeah, I mean, it's conceivable that someone would do that.
Right.
Could want to do that.
And, you know, they'd have to get everybody to sign on, so, okay. Sounds good.
Erica, the division there that was drawn up is that the 33 feet or half of it, half of a 66.
Mhm.
That's already one of the ideas that was there. Is do you have an objection with that?
The 33 feet?
Yeah,
No, that would be one of the grid neighborhoods.
right.
There's, you know, backyard neighbors with a
Right,
paper
right.
street in between. So if you and I are behind one another, we could each buy our half.
Right.
I'll draw it out and show you what I'm questioning, adjoins and abuts. Are we going at diagonals? Like, can you have a zigzag?
Right.
It could,
Yeah, I saw your diagram.
yeah. So I'll show it.
Okay.
We'll do a round table.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. Michael, are you good?
Good, that's great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's get, can I get an adjournment? Motion to
Oh,
adjourn?
hang on,
Yeah.
you've got it. Okay, but you've got your hearing.
Right, which we're gonna go in and we'll open up the hearing. I was gonna do a hearing here.
Oh,
We're going to here.
I thought we were in another room.
I was gonna say we were gonna do it in the other room. so.
excellent.
All right, can I have a motion to adjourn? Second?
Councilmember Stoyl?
Yep. Okay, I'd like to open public hearing. Clerk, would you please read the minutes?
Amended resolution number 65, 2023. Local law number 1-2023, City of Dunkirk, New York. A local law amending Article 15 of the Dunkirk City Code entitled Personnel Department.
Okay. First, the public hearing is now open. If anyone would like to speak on behalf. Hello there. Please state your name and your address.
William Domps, 500 McKinley Avenue. I have a question for the chief of police.
This is for the public hearing right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay? Thank you.
You have to wait for the second.
Okay, going once. Going twice. Okay, third time. Public hearing is now closed. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And I was so satisfied just being pushed up against
Regular meeting, November 21st, 2023 at 5:30 PM. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Lescoviac,
She is excused.
Councilmember Bamanto,
He is excused.
Councilmember Stoyl,
Here.
Councilmember Nichols.
Here.
Councilmember Elijah D'Amico.
Here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, certification of prior meeting.
This is to certify that an official copy of the minutes of the Common Council meeting on Monday, November 6, 2023 was presented to the mayor on Friday, November 17, 2023. Pursuant to section 3.03 of the Dunkirk City Charter, all items presented to the mayor are now in full force and effect. In witness whereof I have here to set my hand and the seal of the city of Dunkirk, New York, this 21st day of November 2023.
Okay, can I have a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes and approve them as presented? I got a motion by Nichols, seconded by Stoyl.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember Elijah D'Amico.
Aye, carried. Privilege of the floor.
Privilege of the floor shall be extended to any person appearing for themselves, in which case that individual shall be limited to 3 minutes, and to any person representing any group who shall be limited to 5 minutes. When recognized, please state your name and address. The city clerk shall have the duty of maintaining such time limits, and the chair may determine in his discretion whether individuals are speaking for themselves or representing groups. The first privilege of the floor is reserved for members of the public and shall be limited to subject matter relating to local law, resolutions, ordinances, and motions appearing on the agenda. The chair shall maintain good order, may require any speaker to cease speaking if remarks are made in bad taste or slanderous or not germane. The time limit specified shall be strictly adhered to, except that a chair may allow a person to complete a statement or thought started before such time has expired, and a longer time may be allowed by the chair with approval of a majority of the council.
Okay, the first privilege of the floor is now open. Hello, your name and address and what are you referring to on the agenda?
Roberta Mastrelli, 91 Fairview, Dunkirk.
And Barb Bradigan, 26 Fairview, Dunkirk, New York.
And this is in regarding to a petition from the residents of Fairview Avenue.
In regards to what's on the agenda right now?
It is regarding a dangerous situation at the intersection of Central Avenue and Fairview.
Okay, that's not on the agenda currently. You can speak in the second privilege of the floor at the end. That would be an open setting for anything on the city. This is just what we're bringing up here on the agenda right now. Okay? So you're more than welcome to come back at the end.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Anyone like to speak on the first privilege on any agenda items? Okay, going once. Twice. 3 times, first privilege is closed. Communication from the mayor, including disapproval messages. Mayor?
Mr. Chairman, I would just like to remind the public that this Saturday we have our small business events. Our special events team is coordinating that. That'll be right here on Central Avenue in the city. Also, our Christmas tree lighting will be done that evening as well. And also wanted to again let the council know that within the next couple of weeks, I believe that we have a tentative agreement with the PBA, a union contract, and I'd like to schedule an executive session with the council. We can do that within the next 2 weeks, or we can do it at the very next council meeting, an executive session, so that I can explain it to you.
Thank you.
I'd like to wish everyone, the public, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Okay, communication from the public and petitions.
We have none, sir.
We have none. Reports of standing committees. Councilman Stoyl.
Nothing.
Councilwoman Nichols.
Of course I have something, Judge. Yes, I just want to reiterate what the mayor said. Small Business Saturday, we have, and Stan, I might stand corrected if Vince wants to correct me, we have at least 90 vendors that will be taking part in Small Business Saturday. The hours are 11 to 6. They will be in 4 different locations: NCCS, Stearns Building, Elks Club, and P&G.
Correct.
Okay, and we are still, please consider making a new unwrapped toy donation. There will be 2 bins available to place the toys in. One will be at NCCS and one by City Hall. The toys will be given to Rural Ministries for them to distribute to families. Come on down, support our local vendors, and find that special gift. So leaves are still being picked up within our city. They might be all over the place after the 60-mile-an-hour gusts we had today, but they are. And Mayor, can you give us an update on the street lights that are still out in the city, if you have any information on that situation?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're the mayor,
okay.
aren't you?
Certainly, I believe that there are some streetlights still out. My orders to DPW has been to get them fixed immediately, and I believe that they will be reporting to me on that tomorrow.
Okay, I didn't know, because there was some concerns from the elderly that it is very dark in their neighborhoods, and they're very concerned with it getting so dark so soon, and it's dark in the mornings as well, and they're fearful.
Certainly, we will make sure that these lights get taken care of as soon as possible, and I will hold our DPW department accountable if it is not done appropriately.
Okay.
Thank you.
I just have one more question, is I found out after the fact that last Friday there was another ribbon cutting in the city of Dunkirk, and I don't know why council's not involved and asked, or at least notified that there would be a ribbon cutting. And I know the girl that has her shop on Central Avenue was wondering why there weren't any council members that were there. Well, we would have been there if we knew about it. So I don't know who's responsible for putting the flag out to inform us that there are going to be new businesses opening up, and we'd like to celebrate the opening of that business with the owners. And it's just welcoming them from us to give us we're giving them the support of council, that we're glad they're here and we wish them success. I'm done.
Thank you. Michael, I just wanted to, council, next Monday, we're going to need to hold a public hearing on the budget. Is 5 o'clock okay with council? Judge, Nancy, I'll reach out.
Okay, so we have notices that we have to put out to the paper. And so we're going to need like really good communication with the law department to go ahead and get that taken care of tomorrow.
I'm sorry, what are you going to do?
Concerned about communication, be able to get the notification out. Will Monday work, or do you need more time? We can move it back if need be.
No, I mean, I think it's pretty simple. We'll take care of it.
I'm pretty sure we need 5 days of notice prior to the public hearing taking place. We're going to need 2 days of lag time to get the information printed and published by the newspaper. All of that is in the code.
Want to hold off till Thursday? Thursday,
It's a simple meeting.
the 30th? Michael?
You want to do it on the 30th?
That's fine.
Then you
Just
have
so we,
plenty of time.
Yep. Council's Thursday, the 30th at 5, available?
We just don't want to push it too close to the December deadline date.
That's good. All right. All right, let's do it for the 30th.
Thank you.
Thursday, 30th at 5 p.m. in the mayor's council room. All right. That's what I got. Unfinished business, number 65.
65, intro number 1 to local law number 1, 2023, City of Dunkirk, New York, a local law modifying Articles 15 of the Dunkirk City Code entitled Personnel Department.
Yep. Okay, so the first thing I need to get, I got to get a motion come off the floor, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
correct.
So-
Okay, can I have a motion?
I do.
I have a motion by Nichols. second by,
No, I'm not doing it. Yes.
okay.
Councilmember Stoyl. Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember Large D'Amico.
Aye. So we're off the table. Now I need a motion to amend. Can I get a motion? I got a motion from Stoyles, a second by Nichols.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large D'Amico.
Aye, carried. Okay,
Yes, Councilmember D'Amico. So now that it's been amended, it needs to be placed back on the table because you need additional time, essentially to the next meeting date in order to take it off.
okay. Can I have a motion? I got Nichols with a second by Stoyl.
Say yes.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Yes.
Councilmember Nichols.
Nobody else there.
Councilmember at Large D'Amico.
Aye, table. We're good there.
Yes. you're all
Okay.
set then.
All right, pre-filed resolutions, we have none?
We have none.
Okay.
New business.
New business, we have 2 walk-ons.
Number 68, and the walk-in resolution number 68, 2023, authorizing city to participate in litigation to help counter cost of protecting against water contaminants.
Can I have a motion to come off the table? Okay, got a motion by Stoyl, second by Nichols.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large D'Amico.
Aye. Okay, it's off the table. Any discussion, council?
None.
Hearing none. Do I need to make a motion to vote on this now? Okay.
Yes.
I need a motion.
Some.
Stoyl, seconded by Nichols.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large D'Amico.
Aye. It's carried.
With 2 people.
Okay, second one.
Walk-in resolution number 69-2023, grant of temporary easement for Wells Ice Cream Manufacturing Project.
Okay, I need a motion to come off the table.
So moved.
Nichols, seconded by Stoyl.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large D'Amico.
Aye. It's off the table. Any discussion?
No.
Okay, hearing none. Can I have a motion to act on? I got Stoyles, seconded by Nichols.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large D'Amico.
Aye, carried. Okay. Now, second privilege of the floor. Clerk, if you give the spiel again.
Sure. Okay. The second privilege of the floor is reserved for members of the public to speak on any subject pertinent to the affairs of city government.
Okay. Second privilege of the floor is now open. If anyone would like to speak? Yep.
And 26 Fairview.
We have a petition urging the removal of 3 trees obstructing the view of people driving down Fairview Avenue west toward Central Avenue. When you want to enter Central Avenue, we cannot see the cars or trucks or bikes coming down the road. And you have to pull out into Central Avenue, into the lane to see, and then people are getting almost hit or having to speed up real fast. And the other thing is, the trees are in sad shape. Branches, limbs are coming down on the sidewalk. You have children at the Head Start at Holy Trinity School who walk on that sidewalk at times on their walks, and your regular street walkers. And how somebody has not gotten hit by a limb yet is beyond me. So we went with a petition. There are 45 houses on Fairview. 40 people, residents, signed the petition that we want those trees removed. Every single person said that they had been nearly in an accident trying to get onto Central Avenue.
One young man stated he was nearly hit on his bicycle because he wasn't seen. And, yes.
Yeah, would you please?
Traffic coming from which direction?
Well, it doesn't
Going
really...
west,
yeah.
down, when you're heading down Fairview to
Central Avenue.
Which way on Central is blocked?
Actually, both,
The
because
south side.
the trees are there, but if you want to, it doesn't matter which way you want to turn, you know, you cannot, you have to pull out to see.
I will get with Director Woodbury and Deputy Director Davidson tomorrow, we will take a look at
Okay,
it.
Okay.
That aspect.
yeah, yeah.
Hopefully, because not one person
They were very glad that we did
didn't want to
this.
sign it. Every single person's had some encounter like
And
that.
that's not including people that do go down.
We'll
Yes.
take a look at that tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay, and
Thank you.
there's an
Would you
extra
give the city
copy.
attorney your petitions, please, and we'll get back in touch with you,
Thank you
okay?
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Andrew Goodell, and my address is 617 Washington Street in Jamestown. 2 weeks ago, Thursday, we had a meeting. It was attended by the mayor, mayor-elect, Fredonia mayor and mayor-elect, and other representatives, including myself as assemblyman and P.J. Wendell as county exec, to discuss where Brooks Hospital is now and where their project is. And at this point in time, they are pushing hard to get the funds released. The funds were originally appropriated in 2016 and 2017, a little over 70,000 or 70 million. Wouldn't it be great if it was only 70,000? 70 million. And for the first time since this project began, the Nurses Association, which actually called the meeting, is strongly in support of this project without getting into a debate over its location. And likewise, SEU 1099, which is a very important and powerful union in New York State, is fully behind it. And so as a result of that meeting, recognizing how important new hospital is to the city of Dunkirk and Fredonia and the entire northern Chautauqua County, we agreed as the representatives there to put together a letter to the governor with a copy going to the health department and the budget office asking for them to release those funds. This is a critical time period in the state budget process because the budget, just like yours, is being put together. But unlike the city of Dunkirk, the state budget initial draft is not done in public. It's done privately. And this is the right time for us to work through the governor's office and the State Department of Health to hopefully keep that funding in the budget, make sure it's not swept, and authorize its release. So as part of that, I put together a joint letter from Senator Brello and myself, since we're the state reps that will be negotiating with the state budget. But we thought it was really important to have as many elected officials, particularly those from the city of Dunkirk and the northern Chautauqua County, to sign on. And so if you're willing, I brought a sheet for your signature that says the undersigned public officials fully support the proposed new Brooks Memorial Hospital and urge Governor Hochul to release the funds needed to begin construction. So that's why I'm here, and I'm hopeful that you're excited about trying to move this project forward. And I can talk to anyone who wants to sign after the meeting. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
I guess this is the time, right?
This is the time. You're correct.
William Domps, 500 McKinley Avenue. I have a question for the chief of police. I've encountered youths or young boys or men riding these personalized electric scooters. They're going through stop signs, lights, and driving erratically. Can anything be done next spring or summer?
We can try. Part of the issue is with raise the age and bail reform, there's really not a lot we can do with enforcement. If we catch them, we'll do the best we can if they're over 16 with the regular traffic.
Years ago, when you rode a bike, you had to get a license plate.
And unfortunately, just like we had the electric scooters around for the summertime, the laws have changed, and they are legal to operate on the roadway. I will have our guys keep an eye out for them, and we'll do the best we can. But if they're underage,
Probably not a lot we can do. If they're over 16, we can ticket them, but again, with the raise the age legislation, not much will happen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Woodbury, question is, when the city is blacktopping, why are not the manhole rings installed in these manholes? Because you're creating pretty dangerous conditions for vehicles to avoid some of these deep manholes.
Mr. Chair, if I could, just for explanation purposes, the purpose of the privilege of the floor is to raise issues. And what I would suggest is that we get your contact information, and we'll have Mr. Woodbury or someone from the department get back to you. I mean, really, the thought is that these issues are brought to the council, but it's not meant to be a give and take, and I apologize. That's just not its purpose. Right. And so we'll get your information after the meeting, if that'd be all right. And
sure.
We'll address that, and if you have other
I have
issues,
one other.
Okay, just raise it, and we'll assign it. And
if I could just address the global issue on that, would that be all right?
It's fine.
For anybody listening, if you see a manhole, when we do pave, we do raise the rings, but if they see that it's not quite right, 366-9832. It's better to call us during business hours, and we can get out there and look at it right away. I'm just telling the general public that if you see anything wrong with the road, 366-9832 will respond. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak? Going once? Twice?
I'm going to adjourn.
Okay. 3 times. Second privilege is now closed. Can I have a motion for adjournment? Motion by Stoyl, second by Nichols.
Councilmember Stoyl. Councilmember Nichols. Aye. Councilmember Lardomico.
Aye. We're adjourned.
I'm going to let you do it.
It's the only time I ever get to do it, just 2 of them.
Right, you got that?